Court Street is crawling with children for the annual Uptown Businesses Trick or Treat. We're live on the scene. Plus, researchers have found cancer-causing bacteria in some foods that are probably in your own fridge.
And in sports, Ohio football picked up their second MAC loss of the season. Newswatch starts right now.
Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
Athens County kids are walking Court Street tonight for the annual Uptown Business Trick or Treat. Good evening, I'm Erica King.
And I'm Caitlin Marshall. Thanks for joining us. This event marks the start of Halloween week here in Athens. WOUB reporter Catherine Blaine is on Court Street. Catherine, this event almost didn't happen today. Why?
Back because they actually say it's costing them money. Last month we spoke with Athens Underground owner Barb Stout, and she said that she has to close her business down early for this event. And she even put through a request with the Athens City Council to push this back, but it didn't go through. So I'm actually here right now with some Athens trick-or-treaters. They're out here. Here, we can pan on over to these guys. So tell me a little bit about what inspired some of your costumes. Luke, I know that you're really excited about yours.
Well, I just thought it would be what's the word? Extraordinary.
Exactly.
Because I don't think anybody else is going to wear something like this, and there's only one left in stock, so I thought, ooh, maybe I should be this.
Very cool. And now I know Carter. So what are you over here, buddy?
I'm a dead guy.
A dead guy. I like it. So tell me, guys, what is your favorite kind of candy? I know that everybody wants to know what kind of candy. Reese's? How about you, Fada?
I didn't get my dumbest costumes.
Okay, very cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Catherine. And there is more Halloween fun to come. The full City of Athens Trick or Treat is scheduled for this Thursday night, October 29th, from 5:30 to 6:30. Breast cancer survivors and supporters raced through Athens this weekend as a part of Susan G. Komen's Race for the Cure. I went to the race to see all of the action. Here's a look at the first of these races for the City of Athens.
Ladies and gentlemen, be proud of yourself. It is the Susan G. Komen Athens inaugural Race for the Cure.
Almost 2,000 participants took to the streets of Athens, running, walking, and pushing strollers, all decked out in pink. The Susan G. Komen 5K was put on as a partnership between Susan G. Komen Columbus and the Ohio University School of Nursing, but it was the runners and the volunteers who really brought the excitement.
It's actually really cool to be a part of it.
I feel exuberant. I just feel totally amazing to be part of something so big.
Participants could run or walk a 5K or participate in a family fun 1-mile walk. The 5K began in front of Walter Fieldhouse and ended behind Peden Stadium. Tiemann was the first survivor to cross the finish line.
I'd say if you walk, run, crawl, whatever you can, go get out and do it, because you really can make a difference.
Race organizers say this won't be the last time the race comes to Athens. Director of Communications and Marketing for Komen Columbus, Nicole Racy, says they're already thinking toward the future.
We're already thinking next year. We're thinking bigger next year, and we'll see.
Reporting for WOUB News, I'm Caitlin Marshall. Since 2002, Susan G. Komen Columbus has spent $4.6 million in community programs in southeastern Ohio. The race over the weekend was able to raise nearly $40,000.
A doctor convicted of rape in Athens County lost his third appeal today. Charles Newen was sentenced to 30 years in prison in 2010 after he was found guilty of rape. Newen appealed the last decision the 4th District Court made to his case, claiming the trial court made an error in its merger analysis of his offenses. He says his trial counsel failed to accept a plea deal that would result in a 5-year prison term, but the appellate court declined to address it. To see where the registered sex offenders live in Athens County, go to www.athenssheriff.com. Click on the Sex Offender tab. You can then set up an email notifications to alert you if a sex offender relocates near your home, place of work, or children's daycare. According to the Sheriff's Office, there are currently 94 registered sex offenders living in Athens County.
Well, we had a nice fall day today, and temperatures were in the 60s with So right now in Athens, it's 62 degrees. We have northeast winds at 9 miles per hour around the region. Temperatures are also in the Can I talk? Should I say something about what happened or? Okay. Well, good evening and welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. We did have a little technical difficulties here, but now I'm back with your forecast. So right now in Athens, it's 60 degrees, or 62 degrees, excuse me, with winds northeast at 9 miles per hour and those partly cloudy skies out there. Now around the region, temperatures in the low 60s, 61 in Columbus, 60 in New Lexington, 62 in New Martinsville. It's 59 in Chillicothe and Ironton. Now tonight, we started out with a nice fall day today, but there is some rain on the way. So at 8 p.m. tonight, 54 degrees with mostly clear skies, but those clouds begin to roll in around midnight with 49 degrees. Then by tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. as you're heading off for your morning commute, 44 degrees, but there's that chance of showers. It begins to work its way through tomorrow, and we'll be seeing some showers throughout the day. So that'll be something to look out for, some break from that sunshine. I'll send that back over to you though, Caitlin.
All right, thanks, Allison. A proposed constitutional amendment plans to provide an automatic annual increase to the state minimum wage through 2021. Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine certified the language for the Ohio Fair Wage Amendment on Friday. It could potentially appear on the 2016 ballot. If approved, it would set the state minimum wage at $10 an hour for non-tipped employees in 2017. The minimum for tipped employees would be set at $6 an hour. WOUB spoke with Ohio University sociology professor Steve Scalin today about the impact this amendment could have around our region.
We're talking about minimum wages here. We're not really talking about living wages at all. And if we bring that concept into it, $10 is still only around 2/3 of the way there. And so there's even more that could be done to provide support at folks working at these types of positions.
The Ohio Ballot Board now has to determine if the proposal is one or more issues. If approved, supporters will have to collect over 3,000 signatures to place the issue on the ballot. The American Academy of Pediatrics is urging policymakers to raise the age people can buy nicotine products to 21. If the minimum age was 21, there would be 50,000 less deaths from lung cancer and nearly 250,000 fewer premature deaths. New York City has already raised its legal age to 21. AAP is encouraging cities nationwide to adopt the policy, claiming protecting children from tobacco products is one of the most important things a society can do.
Fatal drug overdoses are the leading cause of accidental deaths in Ohio, and Governor John Kasich is announcing plans to prevent the abuse of prescription drugs. Kasich says Ohio is making $1.5 million available each year for prescribers to combine their computer systems with the statewide database. This will track patients' prescribing history. The system works to prevent doctor shopping, where patients try to get drugs through multiple caregivers. Kasich announced the funding at a Columbus Kroger store today. The grocery chain has integrated the database into its pharmacy system at all 226 Ohio stores. Coming up next is what is in your hot dogs other than meat? Researchers have found bacteria you need to know about.
That story plus the latest public university to take down the Confederate flag. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
I support one student in college with a scholarship. Just the way I want to pass on a legacy of education. I would like to pass PBS on to the next generation. I like to think that PBS is concerned with our soul. If your soul is in the right place, you're in giving back.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like we're having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us. Hot dog and holiday ham lovers, take note. A new study suggests that processed meat can cause cancer, and red meat could also be a contributing factor in developing cancer. The study was released by the World Health Organization's Cancer Group. The study classified processed meat as, quote, carcinogenic to humans, with the potential to cause colon cancer. Red meat is classified as probably carcinogenic. 22 experts from 10 countries were involved in the study. The Cancer Group's director says these findings support current public health recommendations to the limit of meat in your diet. But meat industry groups blasted the report, calling it biased and misleading. And now the latest on the fatal crash at the Oklahoma State Homecoming Parade that killed 4 people, including a 2-year-old boy. An attorney representing the woman who crashed into the parade, Acacia Chambers, says his client was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol during Saturday's crash. He believes Chambers is mentally ill, but police say they have not seen the signs of mental illness. 17 people remain hospitalized, including 5 in critical condition.
In Hawaii, Honolulu police, Japanese law enforcement, and Kailua businesses are banding together to reduce crimes against Japanese visitors. Ben Gutierrez reports.
You've noticed that the Japanese visitors are vulnerable targets. They're targets of opportunity. They drive around on these bikes with a basket on the front with their property inside.
And that's the reason why a Tokyo police detective was at the table with Honolulu police to discuss the latest crimes targeting Japanese visitors. This week, people jumped in to catch a thief after a woman had her purse snatched from her rented bike. Last week, 2 other people were arrested after a Japanese tourist had his backpack taken from him as he rode his bike near Lanikai Beach. But it's not just Kailua. Last month, a Japanese visitor was injured in a drive-by purse snatching near Kualoa.
We want to make Winter Oahu the safest place to live, work, and play.
The conversation's happening, so it's good. We're bringing a lot of awareness to the dangers of these criminals coming into our towns.
Chris Kojima owns Kailua Outdoor Adventures, which rents bikes mostly to Japanese visitors. 2 of his customers were among those who were attacked, so he's been in touch with HPD and taking measures to keep his customers from becoming victims.
We're allowing our people to store their personal belongings at our shop while they're on their bikes, and we're telling them don't put anything really super valuable in your basket.
HPD plans another meeting next month with businesses and tour groups to discuss ways to keep those Japanese visitors safe and coming.
Arigato. Thank you very much.
In Kailua, Ben Gutierrez, Hawaii News Now.
The University of Mississippi has removed the state flag from campus. The move comes just days after student senators voted to have the flag taken down because it features the Confederate battle emblem. University police lowered the flag as campus opened this morning. The school's faculty and staff are supporting the student-led initiative. The interim school chancellor says while the flag represents tradition and honor to some, it also means some members of the Ole Miss family are not welcome or valued. The flag will be placed in the university's archives along with resolutions calling for its removal. On Wall Street today, the stock market began the trading week on a quiet note.
How many are being produced? That story's still ahead.
And fall temperatures are here and some rain showers are on the way. I'll tell you more about that in my extended forecast next on Newswatch.
My granddaughter is named June Elizabeth, but I call her Junebug. My hope is to teach her about kindness and about the love of animals and nature. I want Junebug to have the same opportunities I had by watching PBS. My husband and I feel so strongly about our PBS station that we've included them in our estate plan. PBS is part of our values, and we want to pass it on to the next generation.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Good evening and welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Allison Genn. So looking outside on our tower cam right now, that sun is starting to go down and we have a nice night out there, especially for those trick-or-treaters who are going out on Court Street tonight. Our temperature is 62 degrees. Our winds northeast at 9 miles per hour. Now looking around the region, temperatures are in the 60s, 60 in New Lexington, as well as in Cambridge, 62 in New Martinsville, 60 in Ripley, and 61 in Athens. Now, Almanac today is showing that temperatures were right on track for our season, or for this fall-like season. 64 was our high, our normal is 63. Our low today, 38 degrees with our normal of 41. Now, our precipcast tonight is showing that we have some high pressure that's working its way out. Then you can see this low pressure system that's beginning to work its way through. That's giving us a chance of rain, especially into tomorrow, and in the afternoon hours is when we're going to mainly be seeing that chance of rain. And that rain is going to continue to work its way through tomorrow night, and we'll be seeing it persist into Wednesday as well. So now, overnight tonight, temperatures in the 40s, 45 in New Lexington, 43 in Marietta, 47 in Ripley, with mostly cloudy skies for the most part tonight, but there is a slight chance of rain throughout the region overnight. Now tomorrow, not warming up as much as we felt today. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, 56 in Marietta, as well as in Cambridge. Then we have mostly 56s across the board, 57 in Ironton, with a slight chance of rain throughout the day around the region, mainly in the afternoon hours. Now tonight, 43 degrees for our low, with increasing clouds and that slight chance of showers. Tomorrow, 56 as the high temperature, with rain showers likely mainly after 3 p.m. Winds northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now looking at your 7-day forecast. On Wednesday, that chance of rain even more likely with 67 degrees. Then temperatures dropping into the 50s for Thursday and remaining in the 50s, but with a mix of sun and clouds to end the week. And no chance of rain in sight for the weekend. So it's going to clear up after midweek. Now, Caitlin.
Thanks, Allison. The breakout star of the new James Bond film Spectra seems to be the car made just for the movie, and it's so exclusive only one is up for sale. Aston Martin unveiled the DB10 in Britain and Ireland as Spectra premieres in both countries today. The luxury automaker created just 10 of the cars for the film. One will be auctioned off for charity next year. It's expected to bring in more than $15 million, but the DB10 doesn't have the proper certification to make it street legal. That means whoever buys it can't even legally drive it. The new James Bond film Spectra hits U.S. theaters November 6th. And Carly, we'll toss it over to you for sports.
Thanks a lot, Caitlin. I'm Carly Bell here in sports. The Ohio Bobcats picked up their second straight loss in the MAC this Saturday. The pain was just awful in their 41-17 loss to the Buffalo Bulls. The powerful running game for Ohio was already limited without the presence of Poppy White. Buffalo's defense stacked up and shut down Daz Patterson, who only had 28 yards on the ground. Darius Vick had a stellar stat line if you exclude his 3 interceptions, 2 of them being pick sixes. The Cats will have a bye week this week before hitting the road to take on the powerful Bowling Green Falcons next Tuesday. Now, Ohio field hockey jumped out to an early 2-0 lead over the ranked 16th in the nation team in the Northwestern Wildcats out of Evanston, Illinois. They led 2-1 going into halftime, but NU's Dominique Masters put up 3 goals in for the Wildcats to shut out Ohio in the second half. The purple and white would take the victory 4-2, and the Bobcats, they'll hope to finish the season above 500 when they host the rival Miami Redhawks this Saturday in the annual Battle of the Bricks. Now, Saturday was a day that Coach Dean Webb and the Ohio volleyball team would love to have back. They were swept by the Northern Illinois Huskies 3-0. This is the first loss for the Bobcats since October 19th of 2013 when they lost to Kent State. Despite the loss, the Bobcats, they're still favored to win the MAC. Next up for the Cats is a road trip to Miami on Friday and at Bowling Green on Saturday. Now, Maurice Endor was cut earlier this afternoon by the Dallas Mavericks due to injury. He's still eligible, though, to be picked up off of waivers, specifically by the New York Knicks. Endor was a part of their summer league team, and they still have an open roster spot. Here in Athens, Endor had astounding numbers with 502 boards and a total of 977 points just last season alone. Now also in the NBA and the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're mourning the loss of former coach Flip Saunders, who lost his battle fighting Hodgkin's lymphoma. Saunders has racked up more than 1,000 victories over 35 years in the league. Saunders was hospitalized Friday. It was announced he would miss the upcoming season, which was contrary to what he previously said back in August when he was originally diagnosed. Saunders passed away Sunday night at the age of 60. Now the Browns, they were hoping to get back on track after a heartbreaking loss to the Denver Broncos last week. However, running back Todd Gurley and the top 15 ranked Rams defense were fresh off a bye week. And that bye week proved to be successful with the Rams' 24-6 victory over the Browns. Gurley recorded 128 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. The defense had 4 sacks and recovered 4 fumbles. The Browns will look to get back on track when they host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Now, injuries, they've haunted the Steelers this year with third stringer Landry Jones under center. The Steelers came up short against the Kansas City Chiefs with a 23-13 loss. Jones threw for 209 yards and a TD, but he also had two picks and a fumble. Kansas City's D'Anthony Marcus, was silent, so Charkandrick West, he had a field day with 100 yards on the ground and a TD. The Steelers, they're hopeful that Ben Roethlisberger will be healthy enough to start next week when they host the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals. Now, speaking of the Arizona Cardinals, they're hosting the 1-5 Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens were projected as an early Super Bowl favorite, but they're off to their worst start in franchise history. Arizona is trying to snap a franchise 4-game losing streak to Baltimore. Joe Flacco will try to increase his record to 6-3 with Monday Night Football and increase his streak to 4 straight wins. Kickoff is set for 8:30 at University of Phoenix Stadium. Now that's all I have here in sports. Caitlin, let's throw it back to you.
All right, well, let's take a final look at your forecast for tonight. 43 degrees as our low with increasing clouds throughout the evening. As low pressure begins to work its way through, it's going to bring us a slight chance of rain showers. Some of those showers affect from what was Tropical Storm Patricia. That's what will be giving us some rain showers into tomorrow as well. 56 degrees for the high with rain showers likely, but mainly after 3 p.m. tomorrow, then winds northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, looking at your extended forecast, those rain showers will continue to persist for Wednesday with a 90% chance for those showers with 67 degrees, but then temperatures drop back into the 50s for Thursday with 57 degrees with a mix of sun and clouds. Then by Friday, 55 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And then Saturday, still in the 50s, 58 degrees, but there's no rain showers, so if you do have plans for the weekend, so far it is looking like it will be a nice weekend. And then clouds begin to roll their way back in for Sunday and into Monday, but temperatures back into the upper 60s for Monday, 68 degrees. Temperatures throughout the week, low temperatures, in the 30s, so it will be a little bit chilly in the evenings. And so if you are heading out at night, make sure you bring a jacket. It will be feeling those fall-like temperatures in effect. Caitlin?
All right, thanks, Allison. Erica, it looks like we're really feeling it's Halloween time outside.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and those trick-or-treaters out there,
they're so cute.
Hopefully they don't get caught in the rain later on this week. Hopefully it'll hold off until then, later on in the week, happening on Thursday. And always will have Halloween coverage on WOUB all week. And that's something everybody can look forward to.
Yes, I certainly look forward to it, Caitlin. And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Erica King.
And I'm Caitlin Marshall. Make sure to stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station. My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.